Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and today we have our May 2025 account update. Again, just quick, this is our series. It goes back a long time, so you can go back and see what my account looked like at previous times. I really enjoy this series. I think it's a good way for me to kind of begin or end a month, give you a perspective on what I'm working on. I think it's just a fun way to kind of keep up with what my account is. So, appreciate you guys there. I did want to address something I saw in a YouTube comment where I have my goal up here for Disney 2026. I picked a ridiculous number. I fully realize that. I don't expect us to. If we reach that number, you guys can pick whatever the hell you want me to do, to be perfectly honest. And I picked it because I don't expect to get there. I literally just want it to go on. Like, I didn't even want to set a goal. I just wanted to have a tracker for the period of time, but Streamlabs, I'm not smart enough to figure it out, so I just threw a number that I was like, we're not going to hit it. It'll be up there for the whole time until we do our trip. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys didn't feel like super pressurized by that or think that like that's what I expect. I just wanted to be able to track it for however long I friggin' needed to. So appreciate you guys. You know, we're going to keep that up, you know, for a very long time here. I'm just curious to see what we do. Again, it is going, I thought it'd be fun to kind of say, hey, here's what this is going to, you know, that it's not just Fat Phil's beer fund anymore. We're going and gonna literally spoil my girls rotten. So appreciate you guys with that. I did want to just address it. Let's get in here though. We're gonna talk about what we did in May, where we're going. We're getting closer to this new raid, getting closer to Jedi Master Mace. Gotta kind of figure out how we're gonna be utilizing our resources there. So also, got to give our shout to the channel members, as always, for their continued support. If you guys are ever interested, that link is below, along with link to our Discord. I really appreciate just all the channel members, man. You guys have been, you know, we've been crushing it lately between the gifted ones. Those of you just really working hard. You know, I'm always just completely, you know, astounded and humbled by your guys' you know, belief that I can bring good content to this game. You know, this channel has grown well beyond what I ever thought it would be. So I really appreciate it, guys. Let's get in here. Let's talk about our account update. All right, folks. So first things first, we have a lot of shard progress to announce. We're getting closer on our dark side clones just from their era battles. We've finished off Batcher. We finished off Omega. We are 6 stars. We're almost halfway done to 7-star with Wrecker. And then we're closing in on our Crosshair. Again, nothing done with Hunter yet because he's a Cantina farm. I'm actually kind of hoping we get some bonus drops. You know, hint, hint, wink, wink, CG, please help. If, you know, I'm like putting him off till like the last minute was because of signal data. I just really want signal data for other things. So I'm hoping that I can, you know, if they do some bonus drops, anything for him, man, I would be all in on that resource because I need so many of those. We've got our Smee shards from Conquest, and then we've obviously got our Temple Guard favorited as his marquee event will be coming up at the time of recording tomorrow. So we are getting prepped for that. In terms of just modding, kind of quick update. I know we haven't done the mod Monday's video for a little bit. I do need to get back into that. I kind of got impatient and I just got to like set myself up. So I think next week we'll kind of continue with that series so you guys can kind of see. But I do have to say, I kind of need to switch gears a little bit because I can't just focus on 25s because we're building these dark side clones. And I need to get just like mods. Now, these are not going to stick on them long term. I'm going to put some other stuff here. Or, you know, slice these up or whatever. But they're not going to stay on them long term. I've got to make sure we get like better mods there for them based on what they do and don't do. So just stay tuned with that. You know, again, these are not their final mods. But when they do get on there, I'll make sure to keep you guys updated. So they might not have 25 speed, but they're going to be designed for those clones to get the most out of them. Obviously, CX2 and Disguise Clone Trooper may need to be stupidly fast, but we'll get there, right? Now, in terms of other favorites, again, just some characters that I'd maybe like to add relic levels to with Dark Trooper, Moff Gideon, and Scout Trooper, both kind of going to be on there. I think I'm going to take them to Relic 8 for territory battles, just something my guild is looking for us to do. So I'm kind of taking my time with that only because I want to make sure that I have enough signal data to kind of do some other things. And not that territory battles isn't important, but like, let's say the raid starts tomorrow. I can't be spending signal data on that when maybe I need to do some other things for the raid. So just kind of making sure that I have the resources I need to be able to get done what I do. And then we've got Tarkin favorited, you know, some other characters that it's like, okay, working on mods or something else. So, you know, we're working our way through. You know, I'm also doing this just so my daily deals can include signal data at times in case I ever do want to get them. Now, onto the actual farms. We did get a Kyle Katarn to Relic 7. I'm pretty pumped about that. I know you guys can't see that because of the, my face is in the way of the Relic thing. Whoops. I did not want to move the frame like that. Ugh, I jacked that all up. No. I can't. I need just the frame. Just the frame. Just move the frame. There we go. I think I fixed it. Yeah. Okay, I fixed it. Ugh. All right. Lock that. And now I can... Whoa. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to friggin' just get you to show this stupid... There we go. Relic 7. That's all I needed to do, and I'm, like, stupid with technology. So Relic 7 on Kyle. It's a big moment. Feel good about that, right? That's a solid upgrade. And again, that's for the Saw Gerrera and Luthen mission. So hint, hint, wink, wink. You'll see some stuff there, right? We did get our Death Trooper Peridia to Relic 9 finally, right? We finished that off. Last month we were working on the on Enoch and Night Trooper, so now we finished off Death Trooper. So those guys are all Relic 9. Dead Boy's there. Agnards isn't mad at me anymore. And, we're also able to... contribute a little bit more in territory battles. I'm, like, stealing a wave with these guys. I stole one on Malachor this phase. Last time I stole one on Vandor, where it's just because of, like, the Enoch Omicron that Agnards made me equip from our TB battle. They literally just, like, blow up, and then I can, like, steal a wave. So it's pretty nice. Then, in terms of other things, we finished off Jocasta. Again, you guys will see she is Relic 7. Finished her off. She was like Relic 1 at the time of recording this update last time, so she's now Relic 7. Got one Omicron on her. Gonna wait to see if I need more of them based on what Mace Windu's kit looks like and how their performance is. And that's one of the nice things of where I am in the end game. I'm not at the whale status where I'm gonna get these things right away, so I can kind of be a little bit less aggressive with some of my resources at times, and that will allow me to maybe make some other upgrades. And then we did finish off Saw and Luthen to Relic 7, as you guys can see them right there. Got them to Relic 7. That was for this Saw Gerrera special mission. We did complete that. And then finally, we got Oppo to Relic 9. That was a huge, huge boost to be able to get him from, to 7 stars from those era battles. So Relic 9 on Oppo. And we've even got, I'd say, him pretty well modded. I wouldn't say we're 100% done yet. There's still some potential slicing or calibrating that we can do, or maybe find some other mods that maybe have a bit more speed or something. But overall, feel pretty solid with that. I feel really solid with where he is in terms of the speed, the offense, critical damage. So yeah, I feel pretty good about that right now. We'll have to wait and see if this is the final mod set or if we find some better stuff. Because the one that is up here, I'd love if I could get a, like, offense percent with really good speed, but I think I'm kind of short on those. Like, I could put this one there. Maybe that has to come off of Jedi Knight Luke at that point, and I can move, like, this one over and just slow down Jedi Knight Luke, but, we'll kind of have to wait and see what that looks like. If I did that, we lose some speed, which I don't really want to lose, so, we'll have to kind of play that by ear. But, Oppo, pretty well modded and done. First Darkside Clone Trooper, done, dusted, Relic 9. So, feeling good about that. So, what this means, though, is we're heading into the Jedi Vanguards. We're heading into Jedi Master Mace. And so, we've got to be kind of prepared for those. And that's why Jocasta's where she is. Modded Temple Guard will do the similar situation. We'll make sure we get to the 5-star of the Marquise. Shout out to Agnards. Later today, I'm going to be doing a video that he helped me kind of do the math for because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to do math. But we are going to be really pushing for that. Again, we're going to get Jedi Master Mace most likely on, I should say most likely. We're definitely getting Mace Windu on the second iteration of his event. So in like 3 months after the initial release, we're not going to have him day one. That's just not a realistic goal for me as someone who's a light spender. I buy the episode pass, maybe a light speed bundle here and there. There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to get Mace in time. And that's okay. I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to, own up to it. So I'm just going to be very curious as to how that pans out, especially with this coming raid. When I think back to the Battle for Naboo raid, I was set up pretty well where I had a lot of the stuff done almost before that raid. I wasn't able to get Jar Jar, but, the raid was there. So we did get a lot of bonus drops. I'm not sure if that's going to happen with this raid or not. If we do get some bonus drops, I do think we're going to be able to kind of finish off some of these things, get some good rewards. Because, like, Bad Batch, they'll be done in time. But the dark side clones here, that could be questionable depending on when the raid gets released. And then, of course, Jedi Vanguard, definitely probably going to be something that without bonus drops, we're not going to get them there. And that's okay. I accept that. The biggest question mark for me is the pirate faction, and we know they're not going to be farmable right away. We don't know which ones are going to be included, and we don't know if there's anything else for this raid. We don't know what other stuff is going to be here. We have 4 new factions, and mum is the word on anything else. So we are going to want to, pay attention to that as well, which kind of is going to finish off my point here around the relic levels I'm planning to take these teams to. Obviously, clones are going to relic 9, right? That's going to happen. They're relic 9. I've already committed to that. That's what we're doing. Relic 9 on the clones there. The new Bad Batch is going to be a relic 5 team for me. I just think relic 5 is going to be good enough for them. They're a team that I think is much more, they kind of remind me a bit of like the Resistance with Zori, where they're a lot more like a mechanic based rather than, all right, they need to be relic 9 to deal all the damage. I think obviously that would help them, but I think relic 5 is where we're going to stop there. And I'm thinking with the Jedi Vanguard, that's where we're going to be investing to maybe relic 7. I don't know if I can go much beyond that, but thinking relic 7 there. And then for pirates, probably another relic 5 team unless they're like fantastic. So we'll just have to hope that there's some other factions that could potentially be relic 7 and or above. Please, for the love of God, I hope it's Inquisitors, because then I could use them on the Haven. But, topic for another day, right? So I did just want to briefly touch on those things. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Like, subscribe, comment. Love you all. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.